unit, right? Module 12.
Yes.
Okay. Give me just a second. Let me share my screen. There. All right, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we will talk about the future continuous. It's actually pretty easy. If you look at it, in the first examples that we have here, I have a modal, I have will, and then I have the verb be, and then the verb in the continuous form. So that's the future in the continuous form. Just some examples, but there are other ways that we can express the future continuous. Let's go over the first example. Are you ready?
Yes.
We use the future continuous to talk about something that will be in progress at a specific time in the future.
We'll be practicing this afternoon.
When we use the future continuous, we aren't interested in when the activity will start or end. It may start before or after the specific time mentioned.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
No. So you can talk about the future in the future, any future, not a specific. If you say in the afternoon, well, you know the afternoon has a certain length of time. So it could be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what they say here. Okay. But in the end, it's in the afternoon. Okay. Just to be careful on that one. Number 2.
Remember, we usually don't use continuous forms with non-action verbs.
Do you remember this rule?
Not much.
Okay, non-action verbs. All of the verbs that have to do with the senses. In this case, we have the verb have. We don't use the continuous form in the future with have. Then we'll be having a headache tomorrow. No. Or wanting. Okay. Or feeling. Only action verbs. Verbs that have to do with work, actual work. Okay. 3.
We form the future continuous with will be plus the base form of the verb plus ing. We often use contractions with this form.
She'll be waiting for you. Dean won't be playing in the next game.
Okay. Any questions? Yes, no, maybe.
No questions.
No. Okay. And 4.
We can also form the future continuous with be going to plus be plus the base form of the verb plus ing. The meaning is the same. Nick will be playing in the next game. Or
Nick is going to be playing in the next game.
remember, in conversation and informal writing, we usually use contractions with be going to. He's going to be playing in the next game.
He isn't going to be sitting the game out.
Okay. And here, again, we're using will, but we can also use is going to. These are two ways of talking about the future. One person asked me if we use shall. I'm pretty sure you can, but in the US, we don't usually use shall. We only use shall in the past form, which is should. But in the present, it's not very common. It's more like a British word, frequently used word in England, okay? Not in the States. But we can use these two forms to talk about the future. And the meaning will be the same, or the action, okay? Any questions?
No.
No? Okay, well, let's do some work. Complete each sentence, choose the correct answer.
The team will be starting practice in an hour.
Okay. Okay, let's continue.
Dean won't be playing. Dean won't be playing. Talia is going to be getting a promotion soon. Amy will be getting a raise with Talia and Amy are going to be celebration tonight.
Celebration.
Celebration.
Celebrating.
Okay. At 6, I'll going to watch the news. I'll be watching.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
No?
No.
So let's see. Good. Okay. Let's try something else. Okay, complete the paragraph. Type the future continuous form of the verbs in parentheses into the blanks.
Okay. At last, we've proven Nick's innocence. Newsline will be reporting the story on tonight's news.
Okay.
Nick will be
Will give.
Going to give.
Okay.
Going to be give
is,
No siempre se escribe, no siempre se usa given.
given, like in the past participle. Remember, we need to use the continuous form.
Yes, o sea, me refiero, siempre se pone el ing, ¿verdad?
¿En el qué, perdón?
En el future continuous.
Okay, well, yes, is going to, is the expression we use as an alternative of will.
Okay. Nick is going to be giving me an exclusive interview tomorrow. He's very pleased. I hope this means that I'll be getting a promotion in a few weeks. I really want to become a reporter. Nick is very relevant. Of course. So is his team. The Soccer Federation will have to reinstate him now, and this means he'll be playing in the qualifying match after all. Will be playing.
Next.
Is going to be playing isn't going to be playing soccer again at any time in the future. I can't believe this is over. I hope this doesn't mean that Nick and I are going to be spending less time together.
Okay.
¿Cómo podría usar el will aquí o no se puede?
¿El qué, perdón?
¿Puedo decir Nick and I will be?
Yes. También.
En auxiliar.
Porque will no requiere un verbo auxiliar, porque es un modo. Are you ready? Okay. But pay close attention. We have alternatives. So everything is correct. Okay. So you see here we can use will and is going to.
Okay.
And this one too.
Same, yes.
Here we have different options.
Okay.
Check the form changes. I use am, not is.
Right.
Here we go back to is, in is going to. Okay. The negative form and the last one. All right.
Teacher,
Yes.
con el will siempre, después del will, siempre va el be, ¿cierto? Pero con el going tengo que utilizar me olvidé, el are, is y el am, ¿verdad?
It depends. Depende tu noun que esté antes. Si
Pero
es
con el
singular,
will
es
no
plural.
cambia. Con el
I'm sorry?
will, el will, no, con el will, ese be del will no cambia. Siempre
No
es be.
cambia. No cambia, sí. Correcto. Y es lo mismo aquí también, ¿eh? Si te fijas, no cambia el be. Are going to be. Going to be.
Yes.
La única diferencia es de que cuando usas will be, and then continuous. Para going, necesitas going to be, pero se supone que is going to be ya es una frase completa y no se te debería de olvidar. No sé si me explico.
Yes. I
Okay. Okay. So let's try a new grammar section, okay? So object, adjective clauses. And we have a couple of examples. You can see in parentheses, we have that. The person I wanted to see. The person that I wanted to see. Something we need to discuss. Something that we need to discuss. The clauses that we use. The clauses we use. Okay. So let's talk about this in detail. All right.
Okay.
Adjective clauses, also called relative clauses, identify nouns or indefinite pronouns, such as one, someone, and something. Adjective clauses often answer the question, which one or which ones.
You're the two people I wanted to see.
I wanted to see is an adjective clause. It identifies the two people. In other words, Nick wanted to see these particular people.
Okay.
No entendí.
I'm sorry.
No entendí.
Okay. You have a statement and you have two clauses. But let's focus on this one. I wanted to see. This is what we call the relative clause or adjective clause. ¿Qué significa adjetivo? Una descripción. Tu cláusula de descripción. Okay. So that's what it's talking about. I wanted to see who. Who do you want to see? The two people. Eso es solamente una introduction.
Okay.
Let's talk about number 2. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Adjective clauses often begin with a relative pronoun, such as who or that. The relative pronoun refers to a noun or pronoun outside the adjective clause. The rest of the adjective clause tells more about that noun or pronoun. This is the recording that I told you about. The relative pronoun is that. It refers to recording. The adjective clause is that I told you about. It gives information about the recording.
Okay. So let's go right by the top. Adjective clauses often begin with a relative pronoun. What is your relative pronoun? This, that, such as who or that. And the relative pronoun refers to a noun or pronoun outside the adjective clause. So this is independent from this. Okay.
¿Cómo separa dos oraciones?
Las junta.
Okay.
Okay. And remember, the adjective clause is that I told you about. All of this that I told you about in this example. And it gives information about the recording. Okay, let's try number 3.
The relative pronoun combines two sentences into one sentence. That's the video. Talia made the video. That's the video that Talia made.
Okay. So you use your relative pronoun to combine the two sentences. That's what it does. Okay. Four.
In object-adjective clauses, the relative pronoun is the object of the verb in the adjective clause. In the following sentence, the verb is heard. The object of the verb is conversation. We heard the conversation. The conversation will clear Nick's name. The conversation that we heard will clear Nick's name. When the sentence changes to an adjective clause, the object of the verb is the relative pronoun that. Notice that the relative pronoun always comes first in an adjective clause.
Okay. Any
Mm,
questions on this one? Here we have in purple conversation. Conversation here is the object. The object of the verb is conversation. The conversation that we heard will clear Nick's name. Pero si se lo quitas, the conversation we heard will clear Nick's name. It's the same. Entonces, ¿para qué necesito usar that? Para dar más énfasis. All right. Any questions here?
¿Qué se refiere la última oración?
This one?
Notice that the relative pronoun always comes first.
Yes. Todo esto es tu adjective clause. Entonces siempre va a empezar. Tu relative pronoun siempre va a ser al principio. Can you give me just a second?
Yes.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
We can use the relative pronoun who or that when the object of the adjective clause is a person.
There's someone who I have to go see.
Or
There's someone that I have to go see.
we can also use the relative pronoun whom when the object is a person, but this is very formal.
The soccer player whom the Federation is investigating is the very popular Nick Crawford.
Okay. Any questions? No?
No.
We use the relative pronoun that or which when the object is a thing.
My conversation wasn't the only one that she recorded.
Or
My conversation wasn't the only one which she recorded.
that is more common than which in informal conversation.
Okay. Any questions here?
No questions.
No?
No.
Well, let's try some work. Okay, so click on the box and choose the correct answer.
I'm standing here with someone who I love you.
Mhm.
No.
No, okay.
Nick Crawford was accused of accepting a bribe to sit out a game. Nick, your name has just been cleared. Tell our viewers, how do you feel? Great. Even though I was innocent, it was something that I just couldn't prove. Until now, you mean that you found proof that your teammate, Tim Bishop, was framing you. What can you tell us about Bishop? Well, this is someone that I used to like and trust. It's a real shock. What will you do now that you have proven your innocence? Play soccer game. The qualifying match is coming up. The qualifying match, the game, no relative pronoun.
Uh,
The game your team lost last year.
That?
No. Es who. The game who,
Pero who no es una persona.
cierto. Pero no suena bien. The game your team.
Yeah, no problem.
No sería the game that your team.
If you had
Claro.
that option. Pero no lo tienes, entonces no lo necesitas.
Okay. That's right. And it's that we win in order to go on to play in the finals.
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 Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions?
Mm, no.
No? Okay, let's try something else. Read the two sentences, combine them into one sentence using an adjective, object, adjective clause. So we had the first example. Jackie gave Talia and Nick all the information. They needed all the information. So Jackie gave Talia and Nick all the information that they needed, right? And that's it. What about the rest?
Have you seen the interview? Nay's line aired the interview last night. Have you seen the interview that Neil's line aired? Neil's line aired last night. ¿Es necesario poner el-
Yes.
The game is next week. I want to watch the game. The game mm, that I wanted to watch. The game that I want to. Nick is the player. Everyone likes Nick. Nick is the player who everyone likes. Everyone like or likes. Mm,
Now, when you use everyone, you use it in first or third person or plural.
I don't know.
You should know.
Why? Not required.
Think about it as third person.
Likes.
Okay. And do you think we should consider something else?
Um,
What about the best?
Suena bien.
Ah, solamente le quitamos el noun.
Talia hopes to get the promotion. She has always wanted the promotion. Talia hopes to get the promotion that I, one second.
Okay. Nada más le quitaste the promotion.
Okay. She has, okay. Amy has coworkers. She likes her coworkers a lot. Amy has coworker that she likes. She likes her a lot
Mm,
or likes a lot. That she likes a lot.
okay. The game is next week. I want to watch the game. The game that I that I wanted to watch is next week. Well, the problem here is that we use wanted in the past. That I want to watch is next week. Okay. Yes.
No entiendo.
Aquí pusiste el verbo wanted en el pasado.
Yes.
¿Y acá arriba en qué está?
Presente.
Okay.
Entonces sería en presente. Digan
Yes. Porque el juego no es hasta la próxima semana. Entonces no es pasado.
Cierto.
Okay. So, and that's it, right? Okay. Good. Let's go into the next grammar section. Okay, passive modals. The latest news can be seen. The next story must be known. So we're using a modal and we need to make it in a passive way. Okay. Let's talk about this in detail. How can we use the passive? Number one.
Verbs can have either an active or a passive form. We use the active form of a verb when we want to focus on the agent, the doer of the action.
Ty is going to interview Nick later in the day.
The example focuses on Talia, the one who may interview Nick. We use the passive form of the verb when we want to focus on the receiver of the action.
Nick is going to be interviewed by Talia later in the day.
The example focuses on Nick.
Okay. Any questions?
No entendí.
So let's see. Verbs can have either active or passive. Es un hecho. We use the active form of the verb when we want to focus on the agent, the doer. When we talk about the active, we are focusing on the doer. Example, Talia. Talia is the doer. Talia is going to interview Nick later in the day. So we focus on Talia. Now, when we use the passive, we want to focus on the receiver of the action. In this case, we go back. Nick is going to be interviewed by Talia later in the day. Okay. Eso es lo que tú tienes que entender ahorita. No más. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre active y passive? Recuerda, in the active, we focus on the person that is doing the action. In the passive, we focus on the receiver, the person that is going to receive the action.
Okay.
Number two.
All verb forms, present, past, present and past continuous, present and past perfect, etc., can be used in the passive. We can also use modals in the passive. To form a passive modal, we use a modal plus be plus the past participle.
The recording can be edited.
Okay. So all of the forms of the verbs can we use in the passive. We can use present, past, present and past continuous, present and past perfect, etc. All of them can be used in the passive form. And we can also use modals. And that's what it's telling us. The recording can be edited. And this is the passive form. Okay.
Okay.
3.
We use can with the passive to talk about present or future ability.
The World Cup matches can be seen all over the world.
We use could with the passive to talk about past ability.
Nick's innocence couldn't be proven without Talia's help.
Okay.
Okay.
And 4.
We use could, may, might, and can't with the passive to talk about future possibility or impossibility.
Dean might be sent to jail for framing Nick.
This means that it isn't necessary for Nick to speak to Talia. He has another choice.
Okay. Any questions?
We use should, ought to, and had better with the passive to talk about advice.
The Soccer Federation ought to be told right away about Nick's innocence.
Okay. So we use should, ought to, and had better with the passive to talk about advice. Deberías, debes, es mejor, o más vale. So all of these 3 mean advice. Yes?
¿Qué significa out to?
Ought to. Es como decir debe, pero para eso tenemos must. Si hacemos una comparativa must, le daríamos un 100% de deber y ought to le daríamos un 90%. Okay.
It had better.
Más vale, o debes, o es mejor.
Okay.
We use have to and must with the passive to talk about necessity.
The recording had to be edited.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
No? Okay. Let's do some work. All right. Complete the sentences, choose a correct answer.
Talia did a great job. She has 2 promoted. No. Promoted.
She has to be promoted.
Why be?
Es como hemos usado nuestro passive con el verbo be.
Mm,
Tiene que ser
Sí.
promovida ahora.
My confession be seen all over the country. I'll be a star.
Okay. Recuerda que podemos usar un modo. Will es modo. Y tienes la forma de ser, be, seen.
Talia um, could be interviewed. Could y might no es lo mismo.
Ok. Sí, pero tenemos aquí un pronoun.
Yes.
Ese es el que hace la diferencia. Entonces, ¿cuál es el correcto?
El me.
Ajá.
Mm,
Might be interviewed,
Might.
and might interview me.
No entiendo, no.
Ok. Si te fijas, y tú lo dijiste, might and could es muy similar, porque son probabilidades. Podría ser entrevistado. Este ser hace que no encaje con mí, porque diría, Talia, podría ser entrevistado yo después de la práctica hoy. No tiene sentido. Y ese mismo caso con could. Talia might interview me. Talia podría entrevistarme después de la práctica el día de hoy.
Okay. We have to keep the game honest. In um, shouldn't be allowed to play and sports again.
Should be.
Shouldn't be.
Mhm.
Had better. mm, be found.
Mhm. Cuando tienes had better, Dean had better a good lawyer. Es como decir, Dean es mejor o es
Finds.
mejor que Dean.
Finds. Pero
Mm,
dice que hay que poner el modo, el be y el past participle.
yes, pero aquí estás haciendo una sugerencia.
Este no es el modo.
Ujú. Ya tienes el moro aquí. Had better find a good lawyer.
Pero ¿por qué?
Porque aquí no estamos usando el passive. Aquí simplemente estamos dando un consejo.
Mm,
Let's go for number 6.
Mm. Be voted most valuable player this year.
Most valuable player. Notice that you have these in capital letters. Most valuable player, like MVP of the year, this year.
Mhm.
So what is the correct one?
No lo sé.
I'm sorry?
No lo sé.
Nick, aquí ya usas passive.
¿Cómo sé cuándo usarlo?
I'm sorry?
¿Cómo sé cuándo usarlo?
Porque recuerda que en el passive nos enfocamos en la persona que recibe la acción.
Okay. We called the bishop, but he couldn't be
Okay.
for his comments on this story.
Couldn't be. Okay.
Nick's fans must are told that their be told, must
Okay.
be told that their, that's my job.
Okay. Don't forget to take a picture so you can practice later. Okay.
Listo.
But we're not done. Complete the article, type the correct form of the verb in parentheses into the blank. Use the active or passive.
Okay. Jackie Bishop's amazing recorded confession is both good and bad news for soccer fans. By now, most of you must be
Must know.
knew-
Uh-huh.
must be
Entonces, ¿qué sería así?
participle.
Okay.
That Miss Bishop admitted helping her brother didn't make the funny file. She ought to congratulate for her courage. That's the correct
So we use a be here or not? So this one has to be in the past. Debería ser con felicitada por su valor.
Ok. Debería ser felicitada. That's the good news. The bad news is that the individual is grown for teammate. It's a sad day for the sport when a teammate can't be true,
Trusted,
not trusted.
confiado.
The individual can be allowed to play professional soccer game. That's certain, but an important lesson can be learned from a story. Competition between two players on the same team must be limited.
Más what?
Be
Ujú.
must be limited. Of course, there is nothing wrong with healthy rivalries. Fans enjoy them. An athlete's progress can be measured in competition with a
Rival.
rival. A player be used may be used a rivalry
Rivalidad.
to push himself or herself to
Higher.
higher levels or performance, but competition have to keep in its proper place. Players
Pero en este caso estamos hablando de competition, es en el third person. Has to
be
Ujú. Y eso significa got.
in its proper place. Players have to es tercera persona.
Players es plural.
Okay. To be respect.
Bueno, ya encontré cuál es el problema. Tienes que fijarte en lo que sigue para que sepas si mantienes el active or passive. Porque no todo es passive. Recuerda lo que te dice la instrucción. Te estás concentrando en el doer o en el receiver. Players have to respect. Estamos hablando de active. Como en el caso de aquí arriba. By now, most of you must know let's try what we got, okay? A player may be used. A rivalry. Un jugador podría ser usado una rivalidad. No. Nos estamos enfocando en el passive or active. Active. A
Active.
player may use a rivalry. Y así. Recuerda que si usamos el active, está en el presente. Tu verbo. No necesitas necesariamente conjugarlo. A player may use a rivalry, una rivalidad para empujarse a sí mismo. Okay. Take a picture.
Yes, I did.
Okay. And now take another picture. We need to practice this, okay? ¿Sale?
Okay.
And that's all for this morning, okay? So I'll see you at 2, right? Camila?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, so we can continue, okay? Can you help me with the daily survey?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great morning. Don't forget to
You too.
review, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.